I'm Alexander Schmidt. I play here since I went to 10th grade. That's 3 years ago. I started playing baseball in New York actually. I moved there when I was 7 years old. Big Mets fan from the beginning. Saw them play in the National League Championship Series. And that's when I started liking baseball and played it with my dad for a couple of years. Then I moved to local Little League, I think it was. And I played there for a year. And eventually I moved to Berlin back in 2009, 2010. And I played there for a couple of years until I heard of this place right here, it was a great academy. And that's when I came here in 10th grade. Since then I've been playing.
And you play for?
I play for the Regensburg Legionaere.
Cool. And how old are you?
I'm 18, just turned 18 last month.
And you've played on a couple national teams so far?
Yeah, exactly. I've played on the U15 German national team and the U18 German national team.
And are you always short, or do you play other infield positions?
I used to just play second base, and then starting this year I moved to third base and eventually to shortstop after a while.
Do you have a preference between the bases?
I like the middle infield more. Second base is kind of my home, but I play anywhere where coach puts me.
What about baseball do you like?
Well, I think in baseball it doesn't matter if you're back 15 runs or if you're back 2 runs. It's always a ball game for me. One swing can change a lot in baseball, and that's what makes it different from soccer. In soccer, if you're back 4 or 5 goals and you have 10 minutes left, it's kind of tough to come back. But in baseball, there's no time limit, so you can play an endless game pretty much. And also, you have to think a lot, so it's not just a sport. It's not just physical. It's a lot of mental game. If you're back tons of runs, you have to stay in the game because you actually still have a chance.
Explain the mental side of that a little bit for people who aren't as trained in the nuances of the sport, because I think that's a really important part of the game that if somebody just comes to a game and sits down and learns the game from watching it, they don't pick up on.
Well, first of all, in baseball it's important that you stay in the game, so if you make a couple of mistakes, you make a fielding error, you have a bad at-bat at the plate, you still have to stay in the game because there's always a next at-bat, there's always a next play you have to make. And if you let yourself get down, you let your body language get down through your head, then you're going to go in a spiral downwards and it's just going to keep happening. So you really have to keep your posture, let your head still work, and trust yourself. So that's pretty important in baseball, to trust your abilities.
And tell me a little bit about how, you're late in the game, you're down a couple runs. Like today, you guys were down pretty lot, and like you ended up walking. 4 guys ended up taking the walks. How do you keep mentally patient when you're trying so hard to make a comeback? Is it sort of you rely on your teammates to do their work and you do yours, or is it how do you kind of mentally prep for that?
Well, you don't just rely on your teammates. You want to do something yourself too. You want to contribute. So you're not just going to lean back and say, oh, my teammate's got this, he's going to hit a home run, he's going to hit a home run. It doesn't matter if I strike out. You don't say that. You say you want to win every pitch at the plate. You want to stay in the game and you want to help your teammates when you're on the bench, when you're not at bat, if you're not playing too. Just kind of contribute in whatever way you can. If you're throwing with the left fielder in between innings, if you're cheering on the bench for your teammate, anything like this.
I have an opinion about it, but walks are contributions, yeah? Sitting back at the plate.
Well, definitely there's situations where you have to take a couple of pitches, but generally what we're trying to do as a team is put the ball in play early because we don't want to sit back with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
But definitely if the pitcher's struggling, you want to take a couple of pitches. And walks, when you're in offense, they're one of the best things that can happen to you because the defense, you know it yourself. When you're in the defense, you kind of get lazy. Maybe you're like, oh man, this pitcher's throwing another walk. But that's also how you have to stay in the game. If you're in offense, their pitcher just keeps throwing balls. Maybe that happens to their defense, so they kind of sit back and they're not really in the game anymore. And then when the ground ball comes, they make mistakes, and that's where you have to pile on and make them pay for that.
Talk about the ready position. How you the focus between ready position and when the ball's not in play.
Well, between pitches.
Yeah.
Well, between pitches, you have to think about what you're going to do with the ball. So if the ball gets hit to me, I have to know the situation. I have to know before the ball's pitched where I'm going to throw. So that's one thing you think about after every pitch. You communicate with your teammates, let them know where they're going to go, or if I'm the cutoff man for somebody, tell them, hey, you throw to me when the ball comes to you. And then when the pitch is about to be thrown, you go in your ready position, you expect the ball every single time. If you don't expect the ball, you're going to make a mistake, and you're going to be surprised when the ball comes to you. But you have to expect it every time. If you expect the ball coming to you, you know what to do with it. There's not much room to make an error.
Short's new to you this year, and it's more of a leadership role. How has that changed the way you approach the game, or has it?
Well, I definitely try to pick up a lot of stuff from other players. For example, here this is the highest level in Europe probably you're going to play. So if I see a shortstop from another team, maybe from Italy, who has had a lot of professional experience, I watch what he does and try to get that into my game too. But generally, I also, me as myself, I try to pick up my teammates. I try to take up a leadership role, even though I'm pretty young. I don't think that really matters. Age doesn't really matter. You can be 16 out there and you can play with 40-year-olds. If you're playing shortstop, you have to talk to your teammates. You have to take that leadership role.
You are still in the youth national teams until 23, right?
Yeah.
So a couple more years still. But what's the Olympics? Is that a goal for you?
That's definitely one of my goals in 2020. We want to be there. I think the 2018 European Championships are the qualifiers for the Olympics. And my goal, first of all, is to get to those European Championships with the senior team. And then we definitely want to make it Olympic. I mean, that's almost top of the rock.
For guys and gals your age who are looking at baseball and thinking it's a boring sport or I don't get it, what would you say to them in terms of either learning more about the sport or giving it a shot, or, you know, what, I mean, you talked about soccer a little bit ago, like what are the nuanced differences between the two, between baseball and any other sport, soccer, football, basketball, that really makes it a sport that you connect with?
It's a tough one. I don't know, first of all, I just fell in love with I don't even know how, I fell in love with the game in 06, watching the Mets play. One of the biggest factors is just that there's no time limit on it. Like I already said, basketball, you have 4 quarters. Soccer, you have 90 minutes. But baseball, you play 9 innings. There's no such thing like 9 innings for 3 hours. You can play 8 hours and still, no, that's just, and I guess if you watch the game, you don't really get the mental side of it, but you play the game yourself. So if you're thinking about playing baseball, one of the things you'll notice is that you really have to stay in the game with your head. You have to think a lot. There's tons of situations. Like before every baseball game, something that never happened could happen. So I've never seen something like that in soccer or in basketball or anywhere else. But in baseball, really, it's a thinking sport. Like I said, you have to know what you can do with the ball every single pitch. So there's no such thing as being surprised by a situation. You have to think about the situation, you have to know what you want to do with the ball.
How do you train yourself for those situations you've never seen in person before?
I guess really just instincts. If you play the game a couple of years, you kind of get instincts for it, and I don't know, it's not guessing,
But out the rule, like, is there a book are there books or football has playbooks, basketball has playbooks. Are there tools to baseball that people who are interested in the game or want to learn more about the mental aspects of it should be looking at?
Well, there's a lot of books about the mental game of baseball. Those really help you with your body language and all that kind of stuff, but there's not really playbooks. You kind of get the hang of it if you watch the game, if you watch professional leagues, if you watch things like the EuroCup right here, or European Championships, the Olympics. You watch the game, you watch the best players in the world do it, and you learn that, you study from watching it.
Anything you've ever wanted the world to know, this is your shot, let them have it.
I'm going to have to go with something about the Mets. I'm a diehard Mets fan, and I actually made a bet last year that the Mets are going to win the World Series until 2020. I bet Maple bat for it, so guys, just if you're out there in New York, maybe watching this, just go on, cheer on the Mets, and make them win the World Series. Maybe not this year; they're kind of struggling a bit, but next year and the year after that, we'll definitely get them.